Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope readings for your North Node by sign and house for October 2023. Now, before we begin, three things. Number one, if you're new to the channel, the reason I use your North Node in readings as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign is that it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's your soul path. It's what you're here to learn and experience in this lifetime. So it's much more relevant to your everyday life as opposed to your sun, moon, or ascendant sign in readings. Number two, these readings are for the individual soul path for the North Nodes, not a collective readings for the general public or humanity, meaning that we have a personal soul path for each of us and we have a collective soul path as humanity. So these are geared toward each person's soul path. Now, lastly, you are going to want to watch two videos. You're going to want to watch one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. So with that, let's begin. I'm going to connect to the energies and we can start. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, North Node in Aquarius or North Node in the 11th house. This is going to be your October 23 Tarotscope readings. Okay, so the spread on this side of the table represents the first half of the month, from the 1st to the 15th, and then this side represents the second half of the month from the 16th on. Now, your overall theme card that popped out is the King of Swords. Now, this card represents your North Node, Aquarius, okay, and or the 11th house. And what I'm seeing this month is that you are going to have, and you're going to go through some situations that are going to require you to really work toward tapping into your North Node, okay? And that's what this is about. This is about tapping into moving away from your instinctual tendencies, because we have our instinctual tendencies in our South Node, okay, and moving toward the North Node. Now, what I see happening here is I see that, the first half of October, there's going to be a situation that arises that is going to, it's like maybe ding your natural enthusiasm, like put a little ding or dent in your natural enthusiasm in some way. And it might not feel good. So your timeline cards are, you've got the Ace of Swords reversed, you've got the Fool card reversed, and you've got the Eight of Swords reversed. Now, the Fool card reversed, the Fool is about optimism and enthusiasm. And you North Nodes in Aquarius or the 11th house most of you naturally have enthusiasm because of your South Node in Leo or the 5th house, okay? You have this natural, these natural gifts and this natural enthusiasm. But what happens a lot is when you express that enthusiasm in different things, sometimes it's not as well received as you would like. And I feel like there's going to be this first 2 weeks where, as I said, there could be a little bit of a ding in that enthusiasm. How could that play out? It could be come out through, interacting with a person or group, or it could be like something, you're working on and it's not as well received. Um, but the things that you want to realize is that it's almost like that you could feel like it could make you feel like you are stuck or you are not getting anywhere, but you really are, and I'm going to explain how. But the feeling could be it's like you feel like you can't be yourself or be free. Here's the advice that comes in. When this happens, okay, what you want to do is you want to not separate from the situation, but go into it wholeheartedly. And with this Three of Cups, what this is saying is this is about intermingling your emotional energy with others. Like, think, well, why did this person say this or do this or why? And like delve into it and realize that, again, this is saying also when you are doing things in the world, what you're saying, what you're doing, things you're presenting, they have to be able to have an impact on people. I don't want to say this. They have to have an impact on people directly and have it, enhance their lives directly, as opposed to have it just be, it's like what I'm saying and doing and presenting is way up here. It's like you have to you're going to learn like to get in there emotionally with the situation. And it's like there's a big difference between, you know, being emotionally like distant in situations and getting in there and like intermingling, if that makes sense. Because what I feel like is the first 2 weeks is whatever this ding is, it's gonna happen because you know you weren't bringing it down for the benefit of the people in the situation. And I know that's kind of vague because, for some of you, it's going to be relationships, family, friends, work. Okay. But it's like, is it coming and is it hitting people where they're seeing like, oh, this is like for me, this is helping me. This is really connecting to my heart, as opposed to it being like distant. You'll see this when it happens, really. So this isn't confusing. I'll like say it this way. When you get dinged emotionally or your enthusiasm is like dampened in some way, step back and say, okay, well, why did that happen? Did I really approach the situation from and for the benefit of those people, or was I doing it more from a position of distance as opposed to like getting in there and helping? Because see, with this King of Swords, this is about you becoming that beautiful Aquarian 11th house North Node. Okay, that's what you're beginning to embody. Now, if you've watched this channel for any length of time, okay, this is my North Node. I have North Node in the 11th house. Okay, North Node in Cancer in the 11th house. Okay, so this is I know that throughout my life, and I'll share something personally. So this will help help you to understand this. We sometimes are so enthusiastic with putting ourselves out there, but we're doing it from the sense of gaining love and praise for what we're doing. Much like a performer would get praised for that, as opposed to just doing things from the situation of like just helping people. Okay. So when you start to do that, you're doing things like just to help the group. I don't always have to have praise and acknowledgement for every little thing. And like I make it a personal game, like sometimes where I'll do something that is, very nice for a person or another person. And I won't even like really, try to mention it sometimes, but part of me wants to get credit for it. Like, look, that's North Node in the fifth house or in Leo, okay? Or excuse me, South Node in the fifth house or South Node in Leo. It's like we want to get credit, we want to get, acknowledged for it, okay? But what happens is we go through life sometimes and we're like that enthusiasm, we're putting it out there, which is a gift. We're trying to give to the world, but it's the motive is what I'm getting. It's like, why are we doing it? We could tell ourselves, oh yeah, I'm doing it because blah, blah, blah. I love this, person. I love this. But really deep down inside, if we're honest, we're like, okay, like I'm doing it to like get acknowledgement or praise or whatever it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that's all this is saying is that it's saying like try to come because try to come from a more altruistic and a charitable heart, and like give the charity without the need for acknowledgement is what this is, okay? Because Aquarius and the 11th house specifically, rules like nonprofits and in charities. So that's all this is saying, and like the confusion is what the intermixing of the energies is that sometimes when we have a Leo South Node or in the fifth house South Node, they do call it sometimes what can be called as like the royal complex, because most people that have a north node or excuse me south node in Leo or the fifth house were most likely prominent people in some way in their past lives, and even in the past in this current life, but maybe like over time they've kind of come down to earth a little bit. And so we have what's called the royal complex sometimes, which is like, we're used to like kind of getting our way and for like, getting, excuse me, praise and in a lot of things. And this is a weird thing. We're getting into some real like shadow stuff, but it's really important. Just realize that you have beautiful things to give to the world, but what's important is really getting into that mindset of charity, nonprofits, giving of yourself for the sake of giving and not needing something back. So I hope that makes sense, and understand that I'm saying this to myself too, because this is my North Node, as I said, okay? Now, going off to the second half of the month, you've got the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and you've got the Moon reversed, and you've got the Knight of Swords. Now, this is going to be something different for this month. I feel like there's going to be something that is going to be discovered the second half of October. Now, what is going to be discovered? Okay, you have the moon reversed, so something that was once hidden is going to come to light. What can come to light? It's revolving around this Queen of Pentacles reversed. Now, this could be an actual person or it could be a situation. And if it's a person, okay, it's going to be someone who is most likely um, a person who is a earth sign. So, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or they're going to have that kind of energy. And it doesn't necessarily, as I always say, the court cards, which are the kings, queens, knights, and pages, even though they can represent people, they are not sex or gender specific. So a queen of pentacles could be relating to a male energy or any gender, okay, and vice versa. So they're non-sex or gender specific. If this is a situation, we're talking about stuff that has to do with money, finances, property, something of that. So physical items, okay, physical things of value in our life. And I feel like there's going to be something that comes to light, and what it's going to require is it's going to require you to move to action of some sort, taking an action with this Knight of Swords. Now, what are the advice cards in this? Well, you've got the Empress, and you've got the Six of Pentacles reversed. Now, this is going to require a balance here, okay? Whatever's coming to light in this, it's first and foremost saying there you may need to um, give of yourself in this situation, meaning give of either your time, your emotional support, financial support for some of you. Possibly you're going to give an opportunity to do this. And what is this is really saying is that when you do this, when you're able to, when the situation comes to light, whatever this is, you may need to, for some of you, hold back. So that's why this is reversed. You may need to hold back from giving too much. But the way you're going to know what to do is with this Empress card, this is about the wisdom of seeing beyond uh, what's right in front of you, along with the Moon reversed. It's like seeing things from the a different point of view, from the point of view of I guess you could say authority. And again, this is tapping into your natural tendencies, as I said with Leo, okay, with your Leo or fifth house south node, you're going to be able to know what to do with this situation, but it is going to require action. So essentially, to recap, the second half of October, something regarding a person with strong Virgo energy is going to come to light, or a situation regarding things of value, property, homes, cars, money, something like that. Something is going to come to light, and it's going to cause you to have to take action. And the action you want to take is, do you need to give in a charitable way to this situation? Do you need to not give in a charitable way? And what's going to overall be the indicator of what to do is with this King of Swords, along with the Empress. It's like you're learning, and the reason for this is you're learning to balance the the skills and gifts from your south node in Leo or the fifth house with Aquarius energy, with the 11th house energy. And what is the 11th house energy? It's like using your logic, your intellect, good communication, your higher mental capacity, along with your heart and your emotions. when these two cards together would be like you turning into a superhero. Okay, if you're doing both of these perfectly, it's like transforming your life into a superhero. And that's all this is. This is about utilizing the skills that were given to you, and then acquiring new ones by tapping into that north node. But just remember, take action, be decisive, and use that combination of the skills from the Empress and your south node in Leo or the fifth house, along with that north node in Aquarius or the 11th house. Okay, whatever the situation is. And know it's going to tell you what to do, whether you need to give or whether you need to hold back. Okay, so you're going to know that. So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions and you'd like a personal reading, like if you have questions on, relationships, work, career, life path, there's going to be a link in the description box below. I take your astrological information, pull your chart, and I can give you some information on what would be your optimal timeline and what I see moving into the future for you, and kind of making sense of your past. So check out my website if you're interested, and then also reach out to me in the comments. Say hi if you have any questions. I would love to hear from you. If you can hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. But with that, we'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.